Hi, I'm Claudia Whitman, and I'm the director of NDRAN of Cure, which is a nonprofit organization that helps prisoners who are claiming innocence to get their cases investigated. These are people who are serving very long, often life sentences for crimes that they did not commit. They have long since passed all their appeals and have been unable to get any help. But with new evidence done through investigation, very often you can get a person back into court and they can finally prove their innocence and be exonerated. You're about to meet Charles Wakefield, who's a really amazing person. Charles served 35 years for a crime he didn't commit in the state of South Carolina, and he's been out almost 5 years working very successfully and leading a really wonderful life. He's going to tell you a little bit about his case and why he is helping NDRAN now to help others.
I was a trustee at a county facility, and the director, he was familiar with my case, and he allowed me to go down to the county library, and from there I learned how to use the internet and develop web pages, and I started contacting people, and NDRAN and Cell Door is one of the organizations that I contacted, trying to get assistance with my case. Things were pretty much at a stalemate because I had needed an investigator and an attorney, and up until that point I was trying to appeal it myself, and I really wasn't going nowhere with it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the case for most people who are trying to prove their innocence, isn't it?
Right. It's difficult because you don't have any money. Your families normally don't have any money. And most of the time, people, attorneys, professional investigators, they want money. Over a period of time, I had gained trustee status, and I transferred from a state facility to a county. And the director there, he was a decent guy, and he afforded me certain privileges. Eric Gottlieb, he was an attorney advertising to work on a wrongful conviction case, and I requested that he assist me with my parole hearing, and that was the start of that relationship. That's how I acquired the attorney.
Right, and then from then on we started talking, we started working together, and we would sort of parcel out what needed to be done in terms of investigation and preparation for the case, and then he would do all the legal work and litigation. I'd like you to talk about is what you think was the turning point in the case.
I think the investigation of the case, it just turned up certain facts that wasn't visible before. The family, they had certain knowledge of the case, but
this is the family of the victim.
The Lupa family, they had certain knowledge of the case, but they was going under the assumption that I was guilty. But when they got presented with certain facts about the case, they came to a different conclusion, and they decided to help me acquire my freedom. The reason I'm here is because of the legal representation and the investigative work that the people involved in my case did. But there's a lot of other people out there that that's not going to get that level of representation.
Now that you've heard Charles's story and understand why he's here with us now helping NDRAN, I'm hoping that you will really pitch in and help us. The first case that we are going to investigate with the help of a lawyer who's willing to donate part of his services and work for a very low fee will be the case of Lucino Hamilton. You're going to hear his voice, and he's going to tell you a little bit about why he needs this kind of help.
My name is Lucino Hamilton. I am one of dozens of men incarcerated in Michigan for over 2 decades, the result of false jailhouse informant testimony. Over 2 decades of not giving up and not giving in to what has been no less than a real-life nightmare of an experience. Finally, we have amassed enough evidence to prove my incarceration, and possibly that of many others, was not the product of guilt, but the product of promises of leniency, illegal favors, and illegal deals offered to jailhouse informants in exchange for their testimony. Testimony known to be false by both detectives and prosecutors. However, it has not stopped at finding the evidence. We are now charged with the responsibility of presenting this evidence to the court, which requires legal expertise, the hiring of an attorney. Your contribution will make it possible for us to hire an attorney and complete what we have started, overturning these wrongful convictions. I thank you in advance for your participation in affirming human agency and the human capacity for working collaboratively to create change. Thank you.
In general, what we are hoping to do is to interest lawyers, not in terms of doing pro bono work, which very often is hard for people to do now, but simply to reduce their fees and to collaborate with us, with me as an investigator, the family, and with the client himself, who can very often do a lot of work on his own case, and therefore to stretch the services rendered to poor people who really don't have a chance at getting help on their old cases without this kind of collaboration. We're hoping that you will donate generously and help us do this. Thank you very much for helping us.